but initially they were so afraid for me because I worked downtown Seattle that you're putting your career in jeopardy.
Appreciate you sharing that, because that's something I think, at least for today in today's forum, we haven't addressed that yet. It's outside of your own internal, how you feel about it, but sometimes that pressure comes from our peers. So I really appreciate Kiana for this forum, because it just allows us an opportunity to talk about it. And if you were looking for a word on how to describe when you started your locks, they were just developing their personality. That's what you mean to say. I know it. I know that's what you mean to say.
Absolutely.
So I think Kiana's back. You back, little sis?
Yes, thank you so much for taking over. I appreciate that. Appreciate you all
Anytime.
for rocking with us with these technical difficulties out here. And so I was listening, because as a good teacher, kicked out or not, I'm going to listen to the answers, and y'all all got A's because you're right, okay? It is sad to say that 80% of Black women have said this statement. Now, this information was taken from the Dove Crown Research Study in 2019. You might have thought this has happened like 1970s. No, this has just happened in 2019. And the Crown Act, if you're not aware of it, they started in 2019 to, Lois, did you want to share?
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, I just, with regard to this subject, I think it depends on the company or where you work. I used to work for public health. I've also worked for the Department of Education. I'm also in the Seattle Public Schools. Those are areas of where people don't care. I mean, really, we're all used to diversity. We're all used to all different kinds of things at those kinds of agencies. And so, yeah, I think it depends on where you're working as opposed to just working.
Okay, agree or disagree? Does anyone feel differently about that? So I want to share a little bit about that. That could possibly be true, but sometimes even when you internalize about some things about yourself and your hair, it could be, you could go anywhere and you might be thinking that they're thinking something about your hair. I used to work for the county, and I went natural in like 2008, and I started wearing my hair out, and it was, for me, it was like, I didn't even really know my hair texture. I had no idea how to wash my natural hair. And so I remember I would wear my hair on Casual Friday. I would just wear it off like in a poof. And people would just be like, that look your mama gave you, you going outside like that? And that's how people would look at me. So maybe they didn't say anything. Maybe my job wasn't in jeopardy, but there would be those looks like, wow, so I mean, I think you're right, but I think sometimes we carry things with us that may not be true or may be true,
and overlay yes. When in fact people don't care. Would you get out of the way?
Yeah, maybe it depends. Maybe like a corporate America, maybe it depends on the company.
Yeah, that has a certain image, that doesn't fit.
But 80% said that, and that was ages 25 to 64, and that data was tested about 95% the confidence level. So this was done 1,000. So this was taken a survey from 1,000 Black women, once again ages 25 to 64, and this data was put together by the Crown Act, and the Crown Act started in 2019 to ensure protection against hair discrimination. Oh. And the Crown Act stands for Create a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair. So they started in about 2019. I don't remember how many states at this time have joined in. I know Washington State is now a state in California. I believe New York and some other states have joined the Crown Act. So hair discrimination, you can definitely go to court and sue, and this is the grounds for discrimination. It is true and real. So thank y'all for participating in that. We are down to the last part of the workshop. I do appreciate everyone as well, once again, especially with the technical difficulties. It's really hard being an instructor and a facilitator when you have like internet. I mean, I've been doing it since pandemic, but I've had a situation where I was being reviewed by like an instructor and my internet went out, but all my students know to stay in the class and wait for me. So I appreciate all of you all for staying as well. We're going to open it up if anyone would like to speak or have anything to say. I had an image. I don't want to share my screen again, but it's open mic. What's on your heart? If you have anything on your heart, if you like to share your own personal hair story or someone else's hair story, or if you want to read an excerpt from the book that you found to be very moving, you're welcome to do that.
Kiana.
Hi, Mommy Stewart, everybody. This is my Mommy Stewart.
Hi, everybody. My daughter is one of the authors of the book. Her story is on page 160, and I would like to read her story, Untitled by Raina Stewart. Broken comb, snack, elastic, bent bobby pins, lost bonnets from wild sleeping nights. Yes, she was a wild sleeper. The style that the beautician just finished ruined. I am not kind to my hair, and she was not. The laughter rings as loud as the church bell. Why is there discussion about it? My untamed edges, my unstyled hair, my unruly hair. I loathe my hair. Products consume my bathroom sink. Hours spent not to get the results. Tangles, frets, poof. Please cooperate with me, hair. New curls emerge from my roots, strong, nourished, plentiful, standing tall, flowing as I move. My hair shall be nothing but free. And I can say to this day, her hair has grown. She wears protective style. She wears natural style. She wears it pressed. Just anything she wears. And she is her hair now, and she is free. Thanks.
Thank you, appreciate it. Would anyone else like to share? Who's here? Karen, did you want to share, Karen? I know you want to share, Karen. No, Karen doesn't want to share.
I have to find my own page.
So Karen is one of the contributors. She was able to have her own chapter. So she has a chapter with Janae. So Karen, go ahead and tell us about your organization, what you do a little bit too. I'll find your page for you.
Thank you. I teach conversational Spanish for people who want to learn how to truly have a conversation and not just have the time of learning Spanish, but not be able to have the conversation. I also do women's wellness workshops, and I'm an author and a poet as well.
Thank you, Ms. Keys. You're on chapter, you got chapter 10.
All righty. And I want to say that I truly appreciate Kiana allowing me to be a part of this project. I'm so proud of her and just bringing this timely message of our story, our hair story, and especially for the younger ones to be able to celebrate it and know that they have support. So it just really warms my heart. So the first poem is Don't Touch My Hair. Don't touch my hair with your judgment and stares, or look at me with concluding eyes of why, as though my natural hair is unaware of your standard of only you beauty. That has never recognized, included, or celebrated me and mine as beautiful or divine. It is quite interesting that I see you so well, but you lack the vision to see me and my hair for the richness that it is, and that it is all mine. Don't touch my hair with your if-onlys, and why don't you do something nice with all of that? As though my hair follicles are less than growth of the utmost. My hair tentacles touch the unseen, get messages of creation themes. My hair stands to attention at the least mention of ancestral visions and dreams. My hair is a testimony of continuous raining drops of kings and queens, mathematicians, astronomers, and physicians. So let me be clear in this atmosphere of hair beauty and hair rejection. It is not by chance or happenstance or lack of care that I wear my natural hair. It is a choice. It is my beauty voice. It is a salute to my tribe. It is my statement of being alive. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. And that's how I got all the hair stories, everybody. I just call people just like that. Are you going to do it? Thank you, Karen. Hi, Kaylin. How are you? All right. Anyone else want to share their story?
Can I do the other one about the twigs?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
All right. This one is called, What You Doing with Those Twigs in Your Hair? What you doing with those twigs in your hair? Is what my friend said as he looked at my starter locks with a frowned face and furrow on his brow. Are you going to keep it like that? He said as he shook his head in unbelief. I met all of his frowns with a smile that came from deep within. When you've learned how not to depend on acceptance or compliments from other folks, the freedom in my hair boldly met his disbelief stare. For in his mind, the only beautiful kind was the pressed hair with no kinks in the air. Well, if that's what you want to do, I guess. Me and my hair was so free that his opinionated stare was blocked by my not your business dare. He walked off shaking his head in disbelief. I turned around in a circle and did a relief dance or two, celebrating my truth. Thank you.
Thank you. See, Karen, we needed that. That was beautiful. All right, awesome. Anyone else like to share? I'm not gonna put no one else on the spot, even though I do see some people.
I can read mine, Kiana. Mine is short.
That's my sister, Kalinda. Hi.
Okay, mine is taken from page 167, and it's entitled, I Just Wanted to Be Me. Growing up as a kid, I never really placed too much emphasis on hair. My mom always made sure that my hair was neat and clean. I just wanted to be me. I never really noticed that my hair was different from other girls. We all had our hair in the same way. I just wanted to be me. As I got older, I learned that people sometimes judge you based on how you can wear your hair. I just wanted to be me. Society considers you pretty if you have long hair, and my hair was never long. I just wanted to be me. I think that you should wear your hair based on what makes you feel good. I personally remember having my hair fixed like Pippi Longstocking as a kid. I never focused on her race. She was just Pippi to me. Happiness comes from within, and being beautiful, no matter your race or how you wear your hair, should be a matter of preference and taste. We should not be defined or classified based on what society thinks we should be. I just want the freedom to wear my hair and just be me.
Thank you. I just wanted to be me. I love it. All right. Yeah, thank you, Sean. Sean said just a sweet refrain. Sean, did you want to share one of the poems? Sean is with Congo. I think Richard Gold is on here. I talked about Richard. He's the founder of Congo Writing. He was going into the youth facilities and working with young juvenile offenders. That's where I met him. I was a volunteer there. I love the organization. I'm actually trying to model my workshops and things that I do. I'm in the community after what Richard has done. So he is my poetry hero. And they have a chapter as well. If they would like to share, they're welcome to do so. I do like to put people on the spot sometimes, so I'm not gonna lie, say I don't, but I won't. I mean, I will try not to do any more of that. So if anyone would like to share, we can definitely do so. If anyone has anything on their heart they want to talk about, about hair and the stigma of Black hair, the beauty of Black hair, or whatever, we can definitely do that, or we can wrap it up. I just want to kind of plug the book. Thank you, Dennis. I wouldn't. So this is the book, Unyielding Roots. It is available on Amazon or Lulu.com. And I'm also going to make it available to people who would like a signed autographed copy. So I'm going to be emailing this week the winners of the raffle. And in the email, I'll include a link where you can get an autographed copy from me. And I'll send a link and you can get it through PayPal and you'll get it directly from me and I'll mail it to you. That's a little bit more personable than Lulu.com or Amazon. So if you like that idea, I will be sending more information about that this coming week. And I also have some t-shirts that I could put together as well. So I'll put that in the email as well if you guys want Unyielding Roots t-shirt. Okay, you know, might want one for the winter. All right. Thank you all. Yes. And I just wanted to say again that this is something that I wanted to do to give back. I wanted to have a place where, you know, we could talk about our hair and celebrate our hair. And I'm sure it's happening in different places. I just wasn't aware of where it was happening. I know you too, they have the natural hair movement, but I really wanted to get inside of how Black women and girls felt about, you know, their hair. I started this idea also because in 2015, I did a 30-day poetry challenge to myself, and I wanted to write about my hair. And it was really hard because I had to realize that my hair was really unyielding, you know, and I always say this in interviews that my hair, it knows who it is more than I do. You know, the DNA of my hair is so strong. It doesn't yield. It doesn't care about society. It doesn't care about anything. It's like I'm going back thicker and stronger in the next couple months. So you can try all that you try. This is who you are. So it's like my hair is always like my flagship of who I am and where I come from. So I know we're all at different places with our hair, but I just wanted to celebrate it and share our story. So I really appreciate all of you for coming today. I am going to be putting together a workbook as well. And so many of the poems that are in this book will be in there. But if you feel like a way about how you didn't get in this book and you like to submit a poem for the workbook, you know, you can always email me and let me know how you would like to be in that book. Because I'm going to have a workbook soon, which will have activities and things like that. So if you want to be in that book, let me know if you didn't get in the first one. All right. Thank you all. And I'm just going to be here so you can stay, you can chat, or you can log out. But I love you all and thank you. I'm just reading the comments. Okay, well, y'all can open your microphone.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Miss Lois. Miss Lois, oh, it's so nice to meet you. We're gonna work together again, Miss Lois.
Oh yeah, I'm always game for projects.
Let me tell you how I met Miss Lois. Okay, let me tell y'all this, okay? So you know how I was just finding people. So I was talking to an old coworker, Jules Sparks. You know Jules?
But Juby.
Yes.
We worked in Juby together.
Yes. So this is what happened. Now, the sad part is one of my best coworkers, one of my best friends passed away. And she called to tell me. So as we were talking and wrapping up, I told her about my project. And she says, do you know Lois? And I was like, no, I don't know Lois Watkins. And so then she told me that you had a book. And I was like, what? This lady has a book? I was like, well, give me her number. I don't have her number. I was like, you don't have her number?
He does too.
So you know what I did, because how I am built, you know, being a rich and dreamer. I said, let me find Miss Lois. I know she worked for the Seattle Public Schools. I called the Seattle Public School, left a message. A gentleman called me back and he was like, oh my goodness, what's the project? I told him and he was like, let me get you the number. I mean, he went out of his way to get you the information from me. And then we got in touch together like that. So that's how I met Miss Lois. Through a friend.
My pleasure.
So, all right.
Truly my pleasure.
All right, so thank you all. Once again, I'm sitting here, I'm gonna keep talking. But you're welcome to stay, chat with me, or I'll see you next workshop.
Stay the course. Stay the course.
Question for Miss Lois. Miss Lois, are you born and raised in Seattle? How long have you been here? How long have you lived?
Oh, me. Okay. I've lived in Seattle. I live on Vashon. I've lived in Seattle for over 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah, my book is about my growing up in segregation, from birth to 6th grade in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
I knew all of the Little Rock Nine. And
wow.
all that entire era is addressed in my book.
Gotcha.
We knew each one of them individually.
Gotcha.
So it's recording history that we've forgotten or, whatever. But
well, I have a question about Seattle for you, but if you've only been here 20 years, then you wouldn't know the answer to it.
Okay.
So, but you're from Little Rock, which I find interesting because I have family that lives in Little Rock. So that's, that's a connection. I like that.
Last name?
Thorpe.
Yeah.
Jones. That's my maiden name is Thorpe. My mother's name was Jones.
Oh, okay.
Her last name was Jones. Yeah.
Well, it's all good.
Yeah, of course. But you did take me back to the pressing the hair when you did. I was like, oh my gosh. Kitchen, when you said kitchen, I was like, oh, here we go.
Sacred. We tend to forget what a psychological impact that had on our growing up, because Black girls couldn't do anything really, because we had to, consider our hair. And, I talk about, the whole generation of Black girls, several generations of Black girls never learned to swim.
Well, see, and I was one that I was a swimmer. I mean, I've come to realize I did a lot of physical things even as a child, and it was because of my parents. But that's when I embarked on the relaxer journey, is because my mom was like, I can't keep pressing your hair. But you get a relaxer and then you get the chlorine in the water and it turns your hair green. So I went through that as well.
That's what they really called a struggle.
Yeah.
That's the real struggle.
It's a struggle. It was a struggle. That's what I'm saying. That's what's brought me to this natural thing. The chemicals just ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work for several reasons. I can't be going around, as a child, come on now, 4th grade, you got a greenish tinge to your hair. That's a whole nother story. I think I should write about that, even though I'm not the writer. Let me close my mouth. Okay, bye.
Hi, Leilani. Thank you, Kiana.
Bye. Thank you all for coming. Hi, Sean. Did you have anything to say? You're on the screen.
No, I'm so blessed to be here. Thank you, Kiana, for this beautiful book. I am so happy I got my copy in time. I was fortunate enough to get to submit some of the girls' poems that we've been working with You Grow Girl. Yes. You Grow Girl is a behavioral health center in South Seattle for students who identify as female and Black. And so we had a Pongo group with them in the spring, and 3 of their poems got published. So I'm really proud that they're in there. And we have another Kiana in our lives. Her name's actually Kiana, but she's the project lead at the You Grow Girl site. So they're having a finale December 7th, and all the sisters are going to get copies of this. And so I'm really excited to get you a photo with all of them and their books. So they'll be coming your way, pal. Congrats. Yes, great job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm so glad we got to make it.
Oh yeah, thank you. They had an event, so they came to mine. Thank you. All right. Oh, bye, Mom Stewart. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I see Katie. Oh, Miss Mucker's on. Hi, Miss Mucker. Her beautiful daughter is on the cover of the book. I don't know if you can hear me. The story behind this book cover is I was just doing my 2015, you guys. I was doing the 30-day poetry challenge, and I don't know where I was on Facebook, but I saw this picture. I said, who is this beautiful girl? And so I went about finding her on Facebook. I asked if I could have this picture. So we did a release with the photographer as well. And that's how I found her. I was like, I have to have this picture. I told her that when I publish my book about Black hair, I'm going to use this book. And she was like, okay. And so, it's good to see her mama's here. Thank you for coming. That's so nice. All right, I think I have a story with just about everybody on here, except I don't know some people. But thank you. All right, well, thank you, because I'll keep y'all all on here. So, I'm going to just keep on talking. But go ahead and log off. I told you I'm going to be on here until 3. Hi, Richard. Everybody, there's Richard. And he is.
I'm here. I'm saying goodbye finally. Hi, Leilani. But anyway.
I love Richard Gold. Now, Richard Gold, I already talked about you in the beginning of the workshop. You missed that. And I talked about you a little bit while ago. But Richard is like, okay, I'm going to tell the story. If you're all here, you got to hear it. I had applied to be a volunteer with his organization. And I had no idea that you have to submit an artist resume, right? So I just submit a regular professional resume, and they sent me an email. I think it was Richard or Ann sent me an email that said, "Oh, I'm sorry, at this time you cannot be a volunteer." And I was like, I can't be a volunteer. So I went about emailing back and saying how I teach alternative school, I work with you, and I started filling my other resume. And then I got an email that says, "Oh, okay, you can be a volunteer." So thank you. So I really love
the rest is history.
Yes. So thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Does that mean
as I mentioned, we gave a workshop earlier, which is why I couldn't be here earlier. So
appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Were you talking to me, Leilani, or some? Or
I was saying, as a side note, I guess her professional resume was boring.
Yes.
You need the artist resume, the real artist side of her.
Yeah, well, there's so much to her. It's totally appreciate you, Kiana. So thank you.
I appreciate
you. I'll run along. Nice seeing you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Richard. And then Mackie, how are you? I don't believe we've ever met. But thank you for coming. Hi, Mom. My mom's on here too. Mom, is that you? She said she wasn't going to come on camera. All right.
I've been crying.
You said you was crying, Mom? She said she's crying, everybody. So that's good. That's beautiful. All right. All right. Well, thank you all again. I'm going to log off now. And Katie, did you want to come on? Katie's in Tobago. She is one of our international writers. Did you want to come on and say hello? And you don't have to. Okay, we got the raffle winners. Okay, nice. I'll email everybody. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all. And I will talk to you via email this week and let you know the winners. And also, if you would like an autographed copy of the book, you'll be able to get that. Oh, okay. Hold on. The hot comes over 50 years old. Are they? Miss Mucker, you're going to have to open up and talk to us a little bit about this. So, and it's only a few people left. Now, how did you get these combs? You said you had 3 combs, right? That are, if you want to send me a comb, you were definitely welcome to do so. Hot comb. Oh, she said she can't get her sound to work. Okay. No problem. I'm going to put my email address in here. And if you want to talk about those combs, we can do a hair story on those combs. And then you can get in the workbook. So my email address is kdavis@gmail.com. Oh, wow. So she, Miss Mucker Sandra, that's my mom's name too, Sandra. She has, from Buckle, Tennessee? Bell Buckle. Wow, Bell Buckle, all the way from Bell Buckle, Tennessee. She has 3 hot combs that are 50 years old. Ooh, okay. Can you, okay, so what I love to do is feature on my, maybe the Facebook, and I know I saw you on Facebook before. I love to just maybe get a picture of them and like a little bit of a tag. I can share them on Facebook and on my website. That would be really awesome. Nice. People haven't seen her. I've never, and I know Miss Lois showed, I think she said they were 100 years old. So I would love to see the ones that are 50 years old. That would be really awesome. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and log out. And it was, I appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful day. And I'll be emailing you all this week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.